All right, we are live. Three, two, and nope, two and one. Take one, take two for that matter. Oh my goodness gracious. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a great week. My name is Tammy Workman-Lopez, and why am I here? I am here because I want to bring you guys some new information today about what is a coach, what is a mindset reset coach, and how can one help you end your year ahead of the game. And so before we get started, I'd like for you to go ahead and share this because these are some really good points a lot of people think that they're stuck with, and they do not have to be stuck with them. So please share this information out. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to also share it as well. I'm going to share with you 12 points, but there's actually more. And so what you want to allow yourself to do is take a look at these ideas and see, where does this fit for you? How does this sound like this could make a difference for you? And if you feel like any one of these areas you're stuck with, please comment, let me know. You can, oh, yep, that really I relate to, or, I don't quite understand that one, or, whatever it is that you're thinking or feeling, please do share. I would love for you to interact and let me know how you're doing. Um, hey there, Tony. Good to see you, darling. Good morning to you too. And thank you so much for the hearts. I really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely wonderful. And I really do appreciate um, when you guys are here and you're sharing your stories, you're helping other people see what's possible. And it helps them to realize they're not alone in their struggles. And it also helps them to realize that they too can make a difference. And Tony, I love Tony. He's always somebody who really is transparent about what he's going through. He's been transparent about his struggles, and he lets people know that they can step out of their anxiety, they can step out of their stories, and even if it comes back, because we are in control of our thoughts, we can have an anxious thought, we could be afraid to fall, but then we can remind ourselves, wait a second, that's just a fearful thought, and I'm going to focus on walking. I'm going to focus on getting to where I want to get to. I'm going to focus on enjoying my life and not telling myself scary stories. And I really acknowledge you, Tony, because you have shared your story with so many. And it's because of that that so many other people have been motivated and able to see what's possible for them. So thank you so much for that, because when we share our stories, guys, it makes a huge difference. And that's actually a big part of why I do this work. So for example, number one, a lot of times we don't have the clarity that we want to have. We get kind of confused. We don't know what direction to go in. And so there are times when we need to talk with somebody who's already been down that road to give us ideas, to give us suggestions. And what I found with a lot of the coaches and therapists that I had, they wouldn't tell me what to do. Now, you're not supposed to. But what I needed was some ideas. If I've never been in that direction, I've never had that thought, I need ideas. Tell me what you would do. Tell me what somebody else would do. Tell me what a client has done. Tell me, like give me ideas to go, okay, so I could see how that could work, but that, I could do that and not that. I could see how that could work and I could do that and not that. And I could see how that could work and I could do that and not that. And it's just really able to get clear. Like if I went left, these are the variables that I'm looking at. And if I went right, these are the variables that I'm looking at. And what if I stayed still? And the other thing is somebody asking you the questions, those questions I just asked. What does it look like if you stay still? What would it look like if you did that? And if you did that, if you went to the left, what might be the pros? What might be the cons? Let's talk about those together. Really get the brain pulling that stuff out. A lot of times we can't do this for ourselves. And it's not because we can't, we can help someone else do it. It's because we're so much in it, right? We're in the photo, so we can't see what's around us. Just like on the football field, they're playing the game. They can't see, if I'm the quarterback, I can't see the person over there while I'm here looking at the ball, getting ready to hand it off to the person behind me, right? Because my face is covered. I can't literally see it, but the coaches can, the cameras can. So if somebody can give me that outside view, that brings in more ideas and more things I've never seen before, all of a sudden, I know what direction to go in. And so that's a big piece of what a mindset reset coach can do. That is what I do with my clients. And I also have my own coaches, by the way. I also have my own therapist, by the way. I get the supports that I need. This isn't, I'm always transparent about myself. This isn't like, oh, you got it. I'm cooked. I'm done. I'm not a chicken. I don't need to be cooked and finished. As human beings, we're going to always grow. Just like you go to the doctor, there's going to always be changes. There's always things that you take a look at. So there's always this experience of getting yourself to a new level, and that's perfect, right? When I was younger and I was doing a lot of this work, I'm 45 now, I'll be 46. But throughout my teens and my 20s, when I got into foster care, right, like a year and a half later, I started doing personal development work. And I did personal development work with the concept of I wanted it to fix me. I really wanted it to fix me so bad. I totally felt like I was broken and not good enough. And a lot of my clients I work with have some of those feelings going on. They're doing great, but they still have that stuff. And that stuff is wearing them down, exhausting them for no good reason. And so, what I learned as I went through all of that development was I was not broken. You are not broken. You may feel broken. There may be some damage, but you are not broken, right? There's not like a shattered glass that can't be put back together. You do have some scars, but the body heals, the heart heals, the mind heals, right? And there may be some scars that have been grown together, but they're scar tissue that needs to be broken up because otherwise you can't move very well. You can't think very well. You can't respond very well. And the things around you aren't showing up very well. You're not getting results that you want to be getting. You might be having conflict in your relationship. You might not be giving yourself the time and the self-care that you need. You might be putting everybody else first. You might not be having the communication that you really want, or the passion, or the connection. It might just all be flat, or worse, it might just all feel like tense and anxious and all the time. And before you even open your eyes, you'll be exhausted with that kind of thing going on. So that's why this stuff is so important. Okay, number two. Number two is allowing yourself to take a look and see that there's, just like I was sharing with you, there's things in areas where we think we're broken, things in areas where we think we have this self-doubt. We have this judgment and criticisms and shames and blames and unforgivenesses and angers, and with ourselves as well as with others. And when we have all that stuff, it can create a lot of doubt and uncertainty, or it can create a lot of distancing from others. It can create isolation. It can create so many different things. And so when we work on that, it allows you to remove that self-doubt. It yeah, allows you instead to create such clarity, to create that freedom, that ease, because you so deserve it, right? You can take, oh, hey there, Laura Lee. Good to see you, darling. You can take, oh, thank you. Laura Lee says, amazing. You can take these things and you can allow yourself to find that freedom in your life. So when you wake up in the morning, you're happy. You're like looking forward to the day. You're grateful to be you. Like, these things are possible. And let's say you have all that already. Well, it's possible to take it to a whole other level. Imagine waking up and being like, oh my gosh, I am a miracle. I am a walking miracle. And walk through your day with that. Being in this space of feeling in awe all day. It's really amazing work. Really, really is. Okay. All right. Now, if you guys have any questions, do let me know. I would really love to make sure that any questions that are coming up for you, or any concerns that are coming up for you, that those are also addressed. Okay, so let's take a look here if there are any questions. Just want to double check. I'm checking in the group. And guys, if you want to be a part of the group, just look up Relief from Negative Thinking, relief from Anxiety and Negative Thinking for Entrepreneurs. That is the group, and I'd love to have you there. And we have different recordings and different supports and different all kinds of things that are available for you. So that way you can get that help and you can get that support. All right, cool beans. All right, so number three, the idea with number three is you want to allow yourself to create steps of developing a plan of action. Now, we might have our to-do list, but that's not the same thing. You might even have your action plan list, but if it's still like a to-do list, that's not the same thing. What you want to do, and do this with me right now, imagine what is it you want to create for your life? Not these things to get done, but why do you want to get those things done? So for me, as I'm doing this business and I'm growing my abundance financially, and I'm growing my abundance with people that are working with me and creating relationships, it allows me to grow my connection. It allows me to reach out further into the community. It allows my mission of helping people to step out of negative thinking. That negative thinking and those negative emotions that cause anxiety, that cause fear, that cause conflict, being able to shift out of that stuff and know how, instead of feeling stuck, or having old habits get in the way, or repeating things in relationships, having the same kind of relationships, or seeing your stuff repeat in your kids, and just be like, oh God, I don't want that to happen. That was not my goal. I really want, think about that. I really want I really want to have this change, right? I'll speak for myself, the change in the community. I really want to have hearts feel safe. I really want to have people understand their thoughts and their emotions. So when they have children, so they can too. So when they have a relationship, the relationship lasts even through the hard times. That there's less harder times of those hard times because they're knowing how to talk through them. They're having the abundance in their life that they want through relationships, through loving themselves, through their finances, and it's showing up in measurable results for them. That's what it looks like for me. It looks like for me that I am being God's hands and feet and heart and love, and overflowing into myself, out of myself, into the world around me. That's what I focus on. And so then you get to focus on that. And we would do that in greater detail as you're allowing yourself to kind of shift out of being in your head. I know that place. I'm a heady person, anxious, and all that stuff that comes up, and I need to work through that and release it and shift into what is it I want to create here within my heart, connecting my heart and mind in a different way versus a get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done, exhaustion, get it done, and living that go, 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 go life. Sounds good? That's just number 3. All right. So number 4, the idea of a coach is to allow yourself to make sure, because there's stuff you're not going to do if you're not held accountable. It's, I'm that way, right? There is stuff I will do at the deadline. When I'm going to meet with my coach, there is stuff I do right before I meet with them. That's just a piece of what motivates me, right? I am last minute driven with some things. With other things, I do it in advance, but with other things, I'm last minute driven. And so having that accountability to know that's coming up, getting it done, not putting it off, or that task I said I was going to get done. Well, I'm going to get that task done before I meet with them so it's taken care of and I can have results. And if I need to have certain results, I better get it done a certain amount of time beforehand. So you're also getting that accountability. And it allows you to be able to make those jumps that you need to make in your life that you might be ready to do, but you don't, you keep putting off because there's no extra accountability. And you might have accountability friends that's a little bit different because they may or may not hold you as accountable, or you may not feel as accountable to them because they're a friend, give you a little bit of grace for a couple weeks and a couple months, and then you guys forget about it and you start into some other direction. And this is a focus of what you will make sure you have happen, and we will make sure you have it happened in a supportive way, in an accountability way, in a hold your feet to the fire kind of way, and also in a compassionate, nurturing, making sure you're taking care of yourself to get that done. And if there's some thoughts that are bringing up negative emotions, we handle that behavior thinking and get rid of those thoughts, to get rid of those emotions, to get rid of the block. All of that stuff supports you. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so the other thing is we're going to be taking a look at how are you doing with taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your spirit. That care makes all the difference in the world. If you're not getting enough sleep, your body is literally not healing itself the way it needs to. So you will always be in aches and pains because the body has certain times where certain things are healing. And if you don't give it to that 7th or 8th hour, the muscles are not replenishing themselves. The bones are not replenishing themselves. So you're leaving yourself out. You're not allowing your body to heal. You're purposely, without intending to, damaging your body, making yourself older faster, right? making yourself weaker faster. And that no matter how strong a person is, this is still true because those muscles, those strong muscles, or these little muscles, they need rest no matter what. So they can recuperate and regenerate and do that ripping and tearing and growing and developing and healing, right? Okay, so number 6, what you're going to be doing is as you're going through, we're going to be tracking and measuring. And so you might say, well, some things, how do you measure that? Well, super simple. You see where you're at. What would we measure that? Would you measure that at a 10? Oh, heck yeah, I'd measure that at a 20. Perfect. When we do this work, where are you at now? Oh, gosh. Well, if we're measuring it to a 10, I feel like I'm a 4 or a 3. If I'm measuring it to a 20, 4 or 3, whoa. 10, whoa. So you can see the changes. You'll feel the changes. You'll experience the changes. And we're going to be able to keep measuring that all along the way. So there's this opportunity for you to be like, okay. I got it. I can feel it. I really can. And it gives you that knowing. And so we'll literally be measuring, and that measuring is essential. It's essential for you. It's essential for knowing so you can allow yourself to see, okay, what's next? Where am I? And we celebrate. You got to celebrate. And most of the time you won't. And I'm going to hold you accountable to celebrating just as well, because that's so, so, so important to you. Oh, Vanessa, thank you for the hearts. Beautiful. Do, 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 do. Heartbeat back to you, darling. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your responses, and you're really connecting to these things and giving me feedback, whether it's live or whether it's feedback through the DMs, or whether it's feedback. Hey there, Joanne. Good to see you. Good morning, darling. Adrenaline, good morning. Okay, so number 7. Number 7, the idea is oftentimes we call ourselves lazy. We call ourselves procrastinators. What happens is you get stressed out, you get overwhelmed, and your mind and body is protecting you. That's all that it is. So we got to take a look at where is it that you're getting stressed out and overwhelmed, and we handle that and we address that, and that helps keep you accountable. So we're not just being accountable by you knowing I'm coming on. I'm helping you stay accountable by removing whatever those challenges are that begin to block you throughout the process. And so that is a continuing support. And as you're doing that, the cool thing about this is you might find, oh my gosh, because of that, I'm not only accomplishing this year's goals, I'm already into next year. And not only that, guys, as you're able to do this, you're going to find yourself hitting things you thought you could only do 2 or 3 years ago. So you will be so far ahead of the game of where you thought you could be, because you're going to have tools, you're going to have practice, you're going to have accountability, you're going to have support, and you're going to have this weekly going on, keeping that momentum. You'll have that ball rolling downhill, and it's just like, whew, picking up speed as you go. So that's real important as you continue to be able to keep practice and have somebody from the outside looking in going, I need to tell you something that I can see that I can tell you can't. And then you're like, okay, that's great. Okay, wonderful. I can definitely take that on. I'm looking forward to that. I really want to make that happen. And there you go. Okay. So number 8, what we're able to do in this piece is we are able to look at what behaviors are going on. What is the behavior thinking going on? What is the pattern that it might be coming from? And to be able to clear all that out. So I like to use the analogy of having a pet. And you have the pet and it uses the little pet pad or the newspaper. And you're like, okay, I need to clean that up. And so you go get new clean newspaper or a new pee pad and you put it on top. Now, some of you are going, what? Ew, that's not going to clean anything up. That's going to make a huge mess. It's going to stink. And now when they step on it, it's going to make a mush and smell, and it's going to slide all over the. Yeah, exactly. And so when we think we're compartmentalizing something and putting it away or pushing it down or dealing with it or handling it and just going forward and pulling up my big girl panties or my big boy pants, underpants, you're not. As you're pushing through something and not working on it, it's like you have a wound that's healing, but you're not moving it. You're not working on it. So the scar tissue is locking in around it. And so it makes it hard to move. You can't really use it. Your range of motion changes. People tend to think, oh, I'm getting older, so my body's getting worse. No, you're just not moving it. You're not getting around. Even those of us like myself who are kind of stable and sitting often, if you don't move the body begins to lock in. The same thing happens with these emotions and these beliefs. If you don't move them and clean them out, they begin to lock in and they begin to suffocate everything that you're doing. And so we're going to be practicing on breaking that stuff up. And the cool thing is, just like your body, you get a massage or you get into a jacuzzi or you get into a sauna, it just starts to break it up and you don't have to do a lot of work. It's not hard. You just have to take the time to do it. Now, some of these things might be a little hard, right? Like you go to get a massage and you feel that, ooh, that's tender. Ooh, okay. I feel that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. It's getting a little easier. All right, yeah, I feel it less. Okay, getting a little easier. Feeling a little less. All right, yeah. Actually, don't feel that pain at all anymore. Just a little tender. Okay, cool. So the next time you're working on it, hardly any knots at all, but there's some. We're gonna work on that a little bit. All right, yeah, okay. Gotta feel that one. Got that one right there. Okay, cool, cool. Yep, yep. Better, better, better. All right, cool. So as you continue to come back and release those locks and those little bulges and those little areas, it allows you confirmation. It allows you to be able to see, oh, it's getting better. Well, that's not really there bothering me anymore. It's not affecting my movement like it was. Whoa, look at my range of motion. It was here and now it's here. That's cool. And even better, now I can actually do this. Oh my gosh, now I can touch my fingers behind my back. The same thing works when you're working on your mental health as your physical health. Initially, it might be like, oh, that's tender. Ooh, ooh, okay, that feels a little better. Okay, next time, yeah, that feels even better. I'm hardly feeling that at all. Wow, and this is doing this, and because of that, I'm doing this, and because of this, I'm doing that, and I'm getting the relationships that I want, and I'm talking to my kids the way that I want, and I'm making the money that I want, and I'm not judging myself the way that I was, and I'm feeling really good more of the time. That tension that was in my tummy is moving out. That pain that I had in my back, it's just it really allows for all of that. The mind affects the body, and the body affects the mind. And so we'll continue to be working on those things as you're changing the behavior patterns and breaking up that procrastination and that overwhelm that's going on. It's the body trying to protect itself. It's the subconscious mind saying that you're telling me that's too scary. You're telling me that's dangerous. I'm staying away from that. Woo, procrastinate. Instead, we're helping it to understand it's safe. We're helping to clean out those old thoughts and old beliefs that said it wasn't safe. And we're bringing in a new understanding of why that was even there so it doesn't have to come back again. So you're not always having to fight through, fight through, fight through. I'm doing it, but I'm fighting every single time and I'm exhausted. Instead, poof, wait, there's, I don't feel any resistance. I don't even have to do that anymore. I could just go through. This feels way better. And so number 9, you're going to find that because of that, you're doing it. You're loving it. You're getting the results that you want. You're making the money that you need for your life. You're feeling abundant. You're investing into others because you're already investing into yourself. You're in this expansion of overflow with your mind, your body, your spirit. You're able to take a look at what your faith is. What do you have faith in? What do you feel good about? What are you like, whoa, my faith is growing. My self-love is growing. My intimacy with others is growing. That intimate connection is just there. Cool. And so because of it, your mind is more open. Because of it, you're learning how to create more solutions and ask different questions. And when you're working with me, you're able to, anytime you're stuck, we're able to pull you out of being stuck real quick and get you back on track. And so your mind is just like, whoa, stuff is just popping. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Not the best at snapping. And it's just like, whoa. You find yourself doing and being stuff you maybe thought you couldn't, or you knew you really could, but you didn't know how to get there. And you're there making it happen. You're allowing your mind and body to do this. And so, and consecutively through these things, number 11 is we're going to be teaching you how to relax your mind and body consistently throughout. And it's going to get better and better and better and easier and easier and easier. And your subconscious mind is going to memorize how to do it. And so you're just automatically doing it through all these other steps that we talked about. And then the final step, now these don't go in an order. This is going to be happening as you go. But the final and biggest step is you are going to learn how to step into that first level of intimacy. Into me, I see. Into me, I love. Into me, I appreciate. Being able to wake up and go, I'm so glad to be this person. I'm so glad to be in this body. And if you're already there, what's the next level you get to take that to? Being able to wake up and get what a miracle you are. Like really sitting in that so it fills up your belly, it fills up your chest, it fills you up like oh my gosh, I've got chills. Like oh my gosh, I feel like I am so totally plugged in and I feel that love. I feel that connection flowing into me. I feel that whoa, so big. I feel that getting the answers I was looking for all the time. You deserve that. You deserve to have this. And not only will you find you're ending the year ahead, you're going to be ahead of everything you thought you could be. So now you're at a new space going, who am I now? Who are these new fun steps I can step into? What's that next level activity? Because I'm not feeling afraid anymore. What's that next experience I can take this to? And you're watching everyone else around you also do and have these same experiences, because what happens when we're watching people, we're doing some of the same things, we're learning some of the same things, and we're growing some of the same ways. We automatically take people with us when they want to come. And sometimes if they don't. So, for example, you have children, you have a partner, they're not really thinking about this stuff, but as they're watching you, they're going to be growing with you. It wasn't even something they were thinking about. But as you're sharing, wow, this is what I want for us, they're like, ooh, I like that. I want that too. And you just find that you're not just pouring into you, but you're overflowing out of you. And you find that it's coming into others as well, filling them up, filling up their world, filling up your community. This is something that's so big. As you do this, you begin to see who you really are, how big you really are. And you take it step by step. So it's not so scary. It's not so impossible. It's like the impossible burger. Very possible. And those of you like my husband who would be like, no, I would never have the impossible burger. Then think about it like something else that you would have thought before was impossible. And you're like, wow, it actually becomes very possible. So take these things to heart. If this feels like something that you would love to do, then reach out to me because I would love to work with you. I have 5 new spots for individual sessions, and I also have 10 new spots for my new group that I'm about to get started in November. And so both the group as well as the individual sessions, we can work on things individually or we can work on things as a couple. So whatever works out for you, if you're like, yeah, I really want to work on myself, it's about reviving your relationship, starting with yourself. And that's so important. And if we're working with your partner, right, or your children or whomever is doing it with you, they're also working on themselves, consecutively working on the relationship with each other. Because we have not been taught that there's more than just the intimacy with someone else. Into you, I see, which we often don't know how to do very well. We're like, oh, I don't have the communication. I don't have that. They don't understand me. I don't understand them. So we get to work on that intimacy. Into you, I see. And so you hear me. I hear you. We both feel heard. We both feel respected. We both feel loved. We're both having a great time in this relationship. Imagine having that with parents you never had it with. Imagine having that with kids who you have a hard time with. Imagine having that in a great relationship and making it even better. Imagine bringing that into your business and what that would look like, or into your profession, your job with your boss, or you are the boss with your employees. You're creating that intimacy connection. You're allowing your head and heart to connect. You're allowing yourself to set boundaries so you still feel safe. You're allowing yourself to share how to set boundaries with someone else, and so they feel safe. And it's a beautiful relationship. And when I say setting boundaries, it means learning how to speak, learning how to ask for what you need without being afraid, without the other person being attacking because they're defending. They think you're attacking them and so on. That's what I mean. What if you had that? You get to have that. You deserve to have that. And please share this because everyone around us deserves to have that too. Hey there, Vanessa. Hey, Maria. Hearts to you guys too. You so get to deserve that. You so get to know you deserve that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Reach out to me. You can reach out to me through my number here. You can see it. You can reach out to me through personal message. You can text me. My number is 954-657-3407. And text me anytime. You can personal message me through Messenger. I'm open. I'm a real person. If you have questions, I'm also here each Wednesday if you want to ask me questions. I'm also here every first Friday doing Revive Your Relationship webinar. And Wednesday is here. And any questions you have, guys, we can turn this into a mastermind. It's not just me talking to you. I want you to talk to me and share different things of what's working for you and what's not, so I can make sure to turn this even more personal for you. You guys can join me on my Zoom if that's something that you would like. So please let me know. And so we are talking on Zoom together and not just texting through Facebook. I'm available. That's what I'm here for. That is my mission. My mission is to help you know you are amazing, to help you know how to do these steps and have it as a blueprint so you can practice it. So when you're coming to work with me, it's coming with a new thing or some challenge that's in the way because you're like, oh, I did this and I did this and I did that and that worked and that was great. And I'm like, so it's so juicy and I'm getting all that going. Okay, but I'm taking it to a new level, or this new challenge came up and I'm feeling kind of stuck here. All right, coach, what do you see? What direction? What's the play? And we can look at the various ideas and you can say, oh, yeah, that one works. No, that one doesn't quite work. Yeah, that works. No, that one doesn't quite work. And we put the game plan together for you. And you have it and you practice it. And we come back and you're able to let me know how you're doing. You're able to show me how you're practicing. You're able to tell me this is how my muscles are growing. And then you're able to see, okay, so where do we need to do some more work? Every failure is no longer a reason to beat yourself up. It's a reason to go, oh, that's there to tell me what I need to work on. Cool. And you appreciate every single one because it's talking to you. You appreciate every single experience, every single emotion because it's talking to you. All right, you guys, you make sure you take care of you. Know that you're loved, whether you like it or not. Bring it in, big squishy hugs. Take care of you. And ciao for now. Please do share this. Hit the replay. Get it out to people. There are so many people who need to know that this is possible for them and know that it's so possible for you. Take care of yourself. Ciao for now.